Walking in the twilight hour, looking for that magic light. I go to the left bank to feel what is right. So far away from home, what can I do with these black Paris blues? I see the ghosts of the past. They will always thought they would last. Black Americans coming here, freedom that was clear. So far away from home, what can you do with the black Paris, black Paris blue? Walk in the twilight hour, looking for the magic light. I go to the left bank, try to feel what is right. So far away from home, what can you do with these black Paris blue?
L'amour dans le voir, said Sidney Bechet. Listen to the music, it will show the way.
I see Big Tuck and Josephine Baker too. I see Chester Hines, Richard Wright with their blues. I see Dexter Gordon, I see Miles and Dix. I see Memphis Slim playing Slim. I see so many ghosts from my black past. You know they thought it would last. What can you do with these black Paris blues? Rendezvous front say, can you hear me say, I feel lost in this truth. Rendezvous front say, I've lost my way, I can't get back home, it's true. Here's where I'm gonna stay, 'cause my blues I will play. What can you do with this black Paris blue? What can you do with these black Paris blue? Ride them through. I will always will know it's true with my black Paris blue. What can you do, black Paris blue? Riding through. Hey, 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 black Paris blue. Sorry, but not sorry.
Recent documents. Well, you're not saying anything. But what should I say? I got nothing to say. Working on CSS, the boarding parts. Nobody likes it. Nobody likes working on CSS and HTML. Even if I'm not working on HTML and CSS, technically I'm working on a JSX. But still kind of boring to work on these parts. Somebody once said that CSS was created for Leonardo DiCaprio. I mean, he can't. What is his name? What is that? Da Vinci. So what are we gonna put here? Recent documents. We need to capture we want to be able to capture a succinct summary, a short summary of what's happening with all uploaded documents. Okay, what are we gonna do? I'm actually reasoning. Life is crazy, like reasoning. A word once was made for human, right? Now the machine can reason. Isn't it crazy? The machine can reason now with the advent of artificial intelligence. So what are we gonna do? We gotta create a div. This is gonna be right. So we need the header for that div. That header, we have a image, like an icon. Yeah, I'll use image. And it's gonna have let's use paragraph. Actually, I can use a span. Document document récent. You know, English and French are kind of like a similar. Recent documents, document récent. Someone once said that English was a broken French. I don't know about that, but still wanna do some research. In fact, in Britain passports, instead of creating their motto in English, they have unfortunately created their motto in French. Dieu est mon droit. You know, if you look at the majority of Britain motto, or a bunch of the what is the name? If you look at the majority of the government logo, they got French. I'm like, why Britain prefer French to be a secret language? Right? Weird. Document recent, which is recent documents. What am I gonna do? I'm still reasoning. Since the AI has taken all my intelligence, I don't know what to do. I have to reason longer than my reasoning capacity is about 10 megabytes. That'll be crazy, right? Right. So they say AI can reason in terabytes per second. So I don't know what is my reasoning capacity or throughput. Okay, so what is this gonna be the title, and we're gonna have another div. Yeah, this is the boring part about creating HTML or JXS components. What's gonna be here? This is gonna be the body. Let me remove this because might create problem in the future when I come back to look at the same code. So this is gonna be the source of that particular image. This is gonna be the body. The body gonna have two parts. Spin. Let's say the current user in this instance has just upload 10 documents. So we need to capture the summary of these documents. You just upload 10 documents. Maybe 2. 10 is too much. I mean 3, that would be the maximum. I mean the average that can be uploaded within a period. And we're gonna have let's make it a div. Okay, so which means you've uploaded 3 documents, you've submit 3 documents. When did you submit that? Let's do something like yeah, this is boring. I mean, working on HTML and JavaScript and CSS is the worst part. It's not the worst part, but it's not fun. I can't even show you how it looks like now on the UI, since I'm not allowed to show the UI. I got green lights. I can talk as much as I want on the code without showing the user interface, the actual user interface, what's happening. So this is gonna be something like a right. So this box, the whole box of summary about recently upload documents will be like a, hey, you've recently uploaded documents. If I upload 3 documents, it has been submitted. This has been 2 days ago, right? Il y a 2 jours. It's been 2 days ago. That's French. I don't like speaking French because I just don't know about the French. I grew up speaking French, you know, from primary school to high school. But looking back of the knowledge that I acquire from French, I think French people are a little bit extra, it was about like you can make an error in French. You gotta speak pure French. You gotta sound like an academic, right? Crazy. And now French is kind of like a language of prestance, a language of elegance, Chanel. Get the fuck out of here. Okay, what else? French people are crook. It's not like I hate the country, but I just don't like the culture. I think English people are more. They're more how they feet on the ground. French people are kind of like they're kind of like a fly. So when you're talking to a French, they feel like they're flying. Crazy. But here I am. I'm building an application for my land. This is my gift for my land, so I gotta use French. Isn't it crazy? So we are done with the recent documents. What else? Maybe we need a help center. Okay. I mean, nobody cares about how much you invest on AI to improve, I mean, AI is just AI. It's artificial intelligence. It has been since the early 1970s. But I think the advent of AI will kind of like break people out, or AI, I don't know about that, but well, the majority of developers are losing job for AI. Man, there are a lot of opportunity. Get out stressing of, just go create something, Who cares about AI? It's just a tool. Help center. We need to have a help center, Actually, this idea I got it somewhere, but I'm not gonna see where I got it. So for help center, we need the icon, which gonna be an image. What else? And this should be it should be the paragraph. I mean, this is really boring. If for some reason someone is even watching, how many people are watching me now? Oh, just one person. That's my fan. I have only one fan, right? Okay, never mind. YouTube. So this is gonna be, I can make it a div, right? A div. We can close it right here. So we're gonna have an icon, and we're gonna have a span. And where are we gonna put here? Something like you got a question. You see, now I'm about to type in English. Vous avez, and for those of you that are listening, that's I'm not writing French to impress you, because I know French people, they abuse their language to impress people because it sounds good. Just because the application is built with the English mind using the French language, unfortunately. But I don't have to thank nobody for a French language. It's just a language. I wish I could write this application in my mom village language. Since my mom village language is just a minority of people, I can't build this application in my mom village language, so I gotta use French. It is what it is. Okay, what are we gonna write here? I can just put question, because question and question in French is similar. Okay, what else we need to do? And I'm preparing all the elements, all the components. Can I call it components now? I'm preparing all the objects, if I want to be more technical, all the elements, you know, the boxes, and then I will go to CSS, the parts that I hate the most. But I also love it when it's working. When it doesn't work, it's painful. Okay, so that will be the helper, header, and then we have the body. Would you like do you want to know more on the city? So I'm speaking and I'm translating with my fingers, and I'm speaking with my, I hate to use this metaphor, but I'm gonna use it. I'm translating with my finger and I'm using my tongue, right? So I'm using my mouth to speak, but I'm translating with my finger. Would you like to know more about city where our service is covered, right? Vous souhaitez en savoir plus. Vous souhaitez en savoir plus. Oh, assez on. C'est ici. Vous souhaitez en savoir plus sur la ville couverte, right? Par NMHTC and all and any other help et toute autre aide, right? And then what are we gonna do? We need to prompt them. We need to call for action. So once they see the help box, we need to create a link where they will probably they have to click. There's no probability here. Why we abuse the word probably? If you are talking to a statistician, they will be mad. They'll be like, man, stop using probably. There is no probability here. Just do it or don't. Link. So we're gonna use link. Did I import that? Yes. This guy is not used anymore. This guy is not used either. Shrift. Yeah, just leave it the way it is now for now. So what are we gonna write? Something like a okay. So we got all the boxes. We got starting an application. What's going on? Oh, so this is where the user have to see the summary of the payment method, right? They have to see that if they have any payment method, all these parts will be crazy dynamic, because I'm making that static, but I'm gonna decouple that to small components, make them go query the backend and get how many payments method they have on their file, on their accounts, and I will display that. But up to now it's static. These parts will be static because there is nothing here. This part will be dynamic. I mean, the number 2, let's say they have 2 payments method. It's not gonna be like this. It's gonna be Spain 2 and div okay, and what else? And then we're gonna have a div for a button, right? For button, type button. Yeah, I mean, I remember my operating system teacher used to tell me between add, he used to ask us a question between add and modify. What is the most semantically accurate word to use? Should you use add or modify? Right? I think the answer is modify, because modification means something is changing in the database. You can either delete, add, or update with modify. Oh, see? But add, you have just one operation. So I'm gonna use the word modification. Modifier. Right? Modifier, which means modify. Again, I'm not speaking French to sound elegant with prestance. You know, I'm just using French as a language. It's just a language. You know, eu hablo français para la lingua. So nothing special. What else? So we are done with setting all these crazy boxes with CSS. And I mean, if you can't do this, you know, hire somebody. If you have money to hire somebody, you know, just hire them and pay them. But I gotta do that myself. So I don't want somebody because they're giving me seeds to decide what they have to do. This is my this is my shit. So you ain't got nothing to tell me. So what am I gonna do? I'm reasoning. My brain is reasoning. I was watching a video that says CSS in HTML was designed for ladies, not for men. I felt bad. I'm like, why can somebody? And I wish I can copy and paste the link of the video. And the lady, she's a girl. She was saying like a real man has to develop at the back end. A real man cannot do front end. That was kind of like a, you know, sexist. Should I say sexist? Because it looks like sexist vocabulary cannot be used by men. It has to be used by women so they can justify themselves being victim. But how can a girl say that front-end development was designed for ladies, not for men? A real man has to work on the back end, not the front end. I don't know. So what if somebody is a full stack developer? I mean, full stack developer, there's no such thing as full stack developer, you know. Are you full stack, like you build also your computer? Do you also design chipsets? Right? You do pre-silicon, everything, right? Whatever. Okay. I know what I'm working on. I hate working on HTML and CSS. So to make this video a little bit interesting, I have to talk crap, you know, while I'm coding. But hey. Oh, while I'm writing code, I'm not coding, I'm writing code. So what should I do? Now we need to start. This was the box. Let me see how it looks like on the UI. Oh no, it looks bad. If I just click one button, you see how it looks like, about who cares? Okay, what are we gonna do next? So we're working on other util, right? Other util. First, we need to name this guy so we can know we are working on numbers of payments method. I'm gonna create a class, style, pay, I'll name it pay methods, pay method sum, right? Like a payment method summary, that's the name. And we got the title as a Spain, and we got name the class name for the body, style, payment method, body. That's long, but it's better for that to have a meaning that's being meaningless or having no meaning at all. And we have the first span and the second one div. I was just gonna make this one a span as well. Okay, what else? So, and then this guy for the button, class name, style, pay method, what else? Pay method, what can I name? Button. Okay. Cool. Now let's go to the crazy Sass or CSS. And start working on that shit. So we're gonna first start with the payment method. Let's go to xlarge. This is our xlarge viewport. I don't want to make this responsive, but you know when you know something, you just feel like you have to do that. But let's see how far we can go with this responsive shit. Responsive thing. Where am I? Create accounts. What is this? See, that's why I don't like CSS, because I don't even know where I am. And this is written by me. Can you imagine that? Close it. Go to this one. Now I know where I am. So this goes the vertical one. Sub content sets. Oof. Hey, Chini bait. Here, Bona. This gonna make me speak also. What is? See, that's the thing we're looking for. We're looking for this guy. So this one is for portfolio, so we don't want to care about that. We are on this guy. What if we use 100%? Let's see what's gonna do. How is he gonna react? Save. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. So let me show you something. I'm using the grid or display method, right? But to see where the grid started, we have to go back. We have to go back right here. Oh, so this one, they are the same siblings, right? They have the same hierarchical order. So order utility, they are side by side with content sets. But here's where I'm creating the grid. So display grid, and my templates will be column, which means it's gonna be something like this. It's gonna be something like this, right? So the first column view, width, the first column width will be 1140. That's the American English. Back in the day in English for Africa, we say 1140. Oh Jesus, which is not bad. It's still, what is a language? A language is just a code, right? As long as people understanding what you're saying, you don't have to be too much explicit. So the first one has 1140 pixel. The second one is 400 pixel, and the third one will be 300 pixel. And the first one is this one. Actually, this is the first child. When I'm talking about child, for those of you that are, non-technical, I'm not referring to a little child. I'm referring to a component, a child component. A child node. But this child node has been moved to be fixed. So because I've made that fix, it's kind of like you're not part of this anymore, because this one being fixed, it depends on the window component, it depends on the window object. or documents. I mean, while I'm having fun writing this application, nothing is guaranteed, I mean, when it takes on making decision, uncertainty is part of making decision, right? Because if you want to be certain about everything, you would never make a decision. Sometimes you make a decision and you're uncertain about what's going to happen, right? And even the most sophisticated mathematician, they can't make a decision, thinking about mathematics. Sometimes they make a decision, by conjecture, right? They're just so wandering around and making crazy decision. Now, so the vertical is out of the equation. The content set will be 1,400. All the util is 400. So if I'm using 300 pixel here, I'm not using the full. That's what I like about the grid display, right? The grid display is kind of cool, right? Because it's preparing the templates for you. You can prepare your templates. You know where I have to put all my objects or whatever you call it, nodes. Wow, there's a lot of concept like this. Like elements can be nodes, elements can be objects. If you're using the concept of DOM, document object model, the element can also be a component if you're using a React concept. But I don't worry about all these things because in 10 years, computer will be able to build an application for ground up, and hackers will thank God because that will have a lot of vulnerability that's gonna be working on the back for hacker to break into your application. I mean, if AI start building applications, we need to consider also security, right? We need to teach AI to protect our application. If not, with templating, it's gonna be a bunch of sausage, a bunch of bologna. Okay, I digress. Change gear. 2, 1, slow. What else? Yeah, I just talked to my dad. He encouraged me, kind of like giving me advice, say, man, I know you can do it, right? So I really feel, what is the word? Revigorated, right? Is that the word? Yeah. He just encouraged me, say, man, I know you can do it. Whatever you have to do, I'm there. Just go do it. Okay. I don't want coding to be my therapist. I digress again. Okay. So we have the first grid, the second one, and the third. This is the boring part about CSS, and I don't think people will click on this video. Do I even care? This is my record. So we are here on other util. What is other util? Other util is somewhere. Oh, I even don't know. Other util is somewhere here. Oh, really? Yeah, I'm going to decompose. Is that the word? I'm going to break this in pieces later because I think this page is getting. I don't need this one. What was this one? Oh, I was using Nextjs image. Okay, I don't need that. You know what? Let me copy it. Save it somewhere. I might need it in the future. I don't know. You never know. You never know who's on the wheel when the bus just pull up. Maybe it's Jesus. Okay. So we are right here, and we want to start with payments method. Okay, I'm gonna keep the border now so I can know the limits. So this is gonna be 100% using the value we have assigned from the parent. Now we go on payments method. Display, we're gonna use flex. I could use grid, but you know, I use grid and flex. So I like grid to be a parent of flex, or either way, it depends. As long as you know what you're doing. This video gonna be boring, you know. But what should I say? I just have to do that. So, and the content, the flex direction is gonna be a column, not a row, because we want to display that in such a way it will be right a column. Cool. Next, what do we have next? We have span. This one, that will be the sort of kind of like a title. I have to name it because I don't want to create a conflict. Class name. Oof. I'm gonna have a lot of CSS dot I'll name it title. Title is so generic. I'll name it pay method title. So that's, you know, the next time I'll be here, or whenever I'm wandering through my CSS code, I will know that, you know, that's what I'm referring to. So we go back. It's gonna have a display mode to flex as well. We're gonna do some padding. Oh, we forget. The parents or the util has to be, we have to define the flex because the default flex direction is row. So the default, we have to change the default to column. Why? Because we want all the contents of flex of all the util, all the contents have to flow, has to be like a column. Right? We're gonna have content one. Oh, what am I doing? Content one. Oh, see? You think you know? Oh, what am I trying to do? It's gonna be a column, right? The contents will be displayed as a column. It's not gonna be displayed as a right? It's gonna be okay. Let's do this so we can explain that way. Yeah, so this will be the second content, you know, right? So it's gonna be a column, it's not gonna be a row. But there are instances where we need to opt for row instead of column. Speaking of column, I remember my English teacher, Mr. Collins. If anybody has a chance, he can give me the phone number of my high school English teacher, Mr. Collins. I need to talk to him, please. For those of you that are watching this video, some of my old friends from high school, please tell Mr. Collins to call me. I need to talk to my English teacher. I wish he's still alive, but a great guy. A man that has impacted a man who has motivated me like a nobody in high school. I remember he used to tell me, I know you can do it. I mean, in my life, I don't like people that put me down. I don't like, how do you call that? Debbie Downer. I don't like people that discourage me. If you discourage me, I cut you off. You ain't gonna be my friend anymore. I like people that are mature enough to tell me, is that what you wanna do? Let me see how I can help you. I don't like people say like, oh, I'm sure you're gonna fail. I know people have done that. They failed before. I'll cut you off. You're not gonna be my friend anymore. Goodbye. Okay. It takes a great mind to stand in the middle of storm and say, which direction should I lead this whatever boats, right? You don't have to jump in the ocean when the ocean is blowing. Right in the middle of the ocean, you are sailing with your boats or with your sail, whatever you are using to cross the ocean. And when it's windy, you want to dive in the ocean to swim? No. I'll cut you off. If you want to dive, I'll cut you off. Simple as that. Yeah, I want to talk to my English teacher from high school. He used to motivate me so bad. He was such a great, one of the teachers that has impacted my life that I will always remember forever. Right? Mr. Colin. Mr. Colin, if for any chance one of my old friends get you to listen to this video, please, I want somebody to comment his phone number. I want to talk to him. So we are setting the padding for what are we gonna do? So the top will have a 5. I think 5 is good. Top and bottom we have a .5 RAM, and I'm using the RAM units, which stand for root elements, something like this unit. So it's taking dot points of the size of the root, something like this. And the left and the right will be .8 RAM. Okay, yeah, I can see the change. Now we need to round that border radius. But before we do, no, it's okay, I can do border radius. How can I do the border radius correct? But before we do the border radius, let me do the background first. And this is CSS. Anybody can learn CSS. It's the love it and 80 parts of creating a web application. Should every application should be a web application? No, it's not like a. Okay, for me, if I want to advise somebody to learn how to write a code, I will always say, choose C, language C. I will never advise somebody, even if you want to learn how to write web application, the first language everybody should learn is language C, right? Because it's the language that really make me master how even the operating system works, because everything starts from the operating system, right? How driver are loads, how user contexts are created when you launch your operating system. So I will recommend everybody, if you want to learn how to write a code, the first language, if you want to have a bright future in writing code, the first language you have to learn is the language C or C++, right? Do I know C++? No. I know Go, you know. I know some other language, Rust, you know. Some of the backend of this application will be developed on Rust. So I can not just make it, you know, I just want to make it a little bit, you know, different. The word I was looking for, heterogeneous, right? I want to make it to be a little bit heterogeneous, right? I don't want to make it to be homogeneous. I just don't want to use Python exclusively on the back end. I want to use different, you know, just in case something goes, you never know. Tomorrow somebody will discover a big vulnerability in Python, maybe memory leaking or pointer naked, I don't know. Software engineer, when they find the vulnerability, they always name it such a way that the company will freak out. So memory leaking, you know, look at the word memory leaking or pointer naked. It's crazy. Okay, so learn C, the first language. If you wanna learn C first, so you cannot be an orphan, because if you don't learn C, you learn other language, you will be an orphan in all your career. But if you know C, you can with C you can shoot and hide. I mean, I don't want to use the word shoot. You can throw and hide. But if you learn just JavaScript, you're swimming naked, you know, like the saying from Warren Buffett, you know. When the tide goes down, you will know who was swimming naked. I mean, I don't want to talk about trading here or investment, but I like that saying though. When the tide, Warren is such a weirdo. When the tide goes down, you will know. Hey, speaking of the tide going down, as I'm speaking now, the stock market is bleeding. I mean, it doesn't make me happy because everybody is losing money. But I like this saying, when the tide goes down, you will know who was swimming naked. This saying is crazy, right? The first day I hear about that, I was just like, wow, can somebody build it so smart? That's so well crafted saying. When the tide goes down, you will know who was swimming naked. And this is a mathematical saying, right? This saying has a lot of secrets. When the tide goes down, you will know who was swimming naked. It's everything you need to know about, you know, stock market. He's saying everything. I mean, I've never talked about any video about stock market because I don't want to mix everything, but one day I'll take a 30-minute talking about not how to make money in the stock market, because the word making money, it's already, if you're using the word making money, you're already a loser. I mean, I'll tell you now how to poke the stock markets to multiply your money. Because you don't go to the stock market to make money. You go there to poke them. You have to poke them. When you poke them, they get angry. They lose control. If you want to go make money, you will lose. They will make money. Okay, when the tide goes down, you will know who was swimming naked. So if you learn JavaScript, if you just learn JavaScript, you don't learn JavaScript and HTML and Python, you'll be swimming naked When the tiles will go down, you swim naked. But if you learn C and C++ or Rust, you would never swim naked. You always have your, you'll be covered. Already have, a paint or whatever you're wearing. You're wearing a paint or skates with you. So learn C and then learn JavaScript. Okay, let me delete this saying. Delete. Cool. Now we gotta set the background. I thought this video would be boring, but it's kind of like not boring at all. We gotta find our variable paid purple. That would be the background. And you might be asking, like, why did you get the third purple? Well, this is Sass. Sass is a superset of CSS. So I have defined this variable somewhere here on my variable. And this is where I have all my color and my fonts. Can you guys see that? Oh yeah, you can see that. Okay, cool. Now we have the background. We need to set the font family. I'm gonna use Font Avenue 600. And the 600 is just so I can know. These are Google fonts that I've loaded somewhere. I don't know. I've loaded that somewhere. And the font size, I mean, it's probably gonna take me 2 days to complete, or not 2 days, by the end of tomorrow. I don't know if I'm gonna have time after work. Yeah, probably gonna take me a couple of days because I don't have much time to work on this. So we can see by defining the background color and the font family, I can see that the method title, I can see that. Now I have to use the border radius. 0.5 frame. What are you doing? Well, I'm defining the border. This is the, oh no, I have to do the opposite. Is that right, sir? Yeah, this is the corner left, the corner top left. I mean, the corner top or top right, and this is the corner top or left, and this is the bottom. All the bottom will be 0 for the border radius. Okay, so far so good. What are we gonna do now? Let's go back to our DOM, document object model, or JSX, since we're using JSX. It's still DOM because JSX is a superset of JavaScript and then Java and HTML. So now we have to work on the body. The body, we have the number. This one will be dynamic. For now, it's just static. But once I'll be ready to make that dynamic, I will unplug this specific. I will unplug, not unplug. I will decouple. Decouple, yeah, maybe use decouple or separate. With the plain English, I'll separate these parts with another part, so make that its own component, so you can query the user method and then get how many methods they have on file, And when they click on modify, they go modify, add new method. Why? So that when they'll be able, ready to make a payment, they'll make a payment easily. Now we have method, payment method body. I mean, I could use presets called, how do we call that? I could use they are different. There are a lot of third-party CSS and HTML components. You can just reuse like a bootstrap and the story card. I could use story card, but the thing is, I don't trust what those. I don't trust that. Why I don't trust that? Because I think those I might be wrong, but I think it's facilitating DOM. I just don't trust that, you know, like and I know Nextjs also. I'm using Nextjs. Nextjs has some vulnerability. You know, recently someone discovered vulnerability on Nextjs on one of the main components, if not the main engine of Nextjs middleware. They discovered the way to bypass middleware, and I was just like, thank God I have not yet pushed my application on. But even if somebody has ever bypassed that middleware, they wouldn't be able to. Why? Because on all protected routes on my middleware in Nextjs is also protected it's protected on the front end and on the back end. So I'm not using Nextjs as a full stack application. I'm using that as a front end application. I'm still relying on Django until something change, but I think Django is making progress. Mostly the Django REST framework application, they're making progress on security. They're doing some great stuff, you know. I still trust them, you know. So this is my middleware in Nextjs. So I'm doing a client. I wouldn't say client and server authentication, but if someone ever bypass the Nextjs middleware to get on protect route, by the time they land on that protect route, they will be rejected because that protect route by default check the backend to see if somebody is allowed. So I mean, that's the good part. If no, that's the better way of using both the backend and the front end instead of using all in one. Yeah. So this is where your direction is happening. I will change this port later because I'm using HTTPS on local host. That's why I'm redirecting that to 300.01 instead of using the 3001 instead of using the default 3000. These are my protected application, my protected routes. I got cadastral, I got agents, I got these agents. It's not the agents. You may think, you son of a bitch, that's sleeping on my file. This agent is a real estate agent, right? Yeah, I have to put a real estate agent, real estate agent. It's not agent you may think. I don't want you to go get the government money and then say writing a new report. I've seen he's talking about agent. He's building application about agent. Stupid. Spending the resource for nothing. Okay, so this agent is a real estate agent. It's not the agent you may think. And so write some fake reports and then I'll get the copy of that, which make you even stupid. Okay. Yeah, so this is our middleware. So we got middleware. Okay. So we got protected routes. So our protected route is protected both on the front end and on the back end. On the front end, I'm using crypto to create some mambo jumbo, and on the back end, I'm using, of course, Django with authentication, which is being authenticated somewhere here, right? Lots, we got lots. Beautiful, beautiful. As President Trump always said, that beautiful, beautiful people, beautiful application. I'm doing a great job. Okay, let's continue with the boarding CSS. So we gotta do the body. Why don't you just use StoryCard? I just don't trust StoryCard. I think StoryCard is, there's something fishy about StoryCard. I don't know. I just don't trust that. I have to look at that with the security eyes before I adopt that, right? Bootstrap, yeah, I could use Bootstrap. I think Bootstrap is plain and simple. You can see, read Bootstrap the way they built that. So, but I don't know. We'll see. That being said, I'm still using CSS. The display gonna be flex, but in this case, the flex direction is gonna be a row. Okay. It's gonna be a row. Okay, what else? Let's go look at the way it's built. We got Spain. Yeah, so cool. Spain and method. So we got two Spain. Let me create a border so I can see that. Oh, by the way, this one has to have a border too. Border, 1 pixel, solid, second gray. Okay. Border radius, it's gonna be .5. Okay. Let's see how it looks like. Okay. I think it's time now to remove this because I can't see everything. Okay, what am I seeing here? This CSS is hard. Well, it's not hard, but it's kind of complicated. Okay, so I'm here. No, I don't need this here. I need 1 pixel, solid. Let's make that blue so I can see. Oh yeah, cool. Now we're gonna do Spain. Nth elements. Yeah, nth child 1. which is the first span. Display gonna be flex. Okay, so their property that will be for both of them. So no, just do it this way. No. Remember, don't repeat yourself. Even if in CSS you'll be repeating yourself over and over. But there is a way to bypass that. I mean, in CSS, in Sass, there is no repeatability. It's more like a reusability. You're more like a reusing property via mixing. Like I got a bunch of mixing here. You'll be like, what? What's this? Yeah. There is a way, if you know what you're doing, there is a way to increase the speed, to decrease the latency of your SVG file. I'm making that plain. You'll be like, oh, wrong. What if somebody successfully injects something malicious? No, I'm gonna restrict that with SPS, CPS, content, CSP, content security policy. With content security policy, I can make my SVG load faster, but as they're being loaded, I can restrict access on that. Nobody can just access that. So with Sass, you can do reusability, reuse your property from one component to another instead of repeating. But we are here. Let's go back. Oh yeah. Display flex. Something is missing. What's going on? Oh yeah, too much. So display, both of them, there will be display flex, and but the span nth child, right? Why did I delete that? Forget the name of that property. That pseudo. We call that pseudo, right? Oh yeah, I found that. Yeah, that's the thing I'm looking for. We could do this because we are working with this guy Sass. We can do this. Ampersand child one, which means find the child one on Spain. Give him the width of 50% and find the child two. Give him the width of 60%. Okay. Oh, it's the memory is kind of like since I'm doing live. Shouldn't be crashing, but I don't know what's going on.
You know, a one-eyed woman should do the best she can. She searched the world.
Oh, I see what's happening. Okay. Wow, things are getting better. No, we're not gonna give him, that's too much. But let's define his padding. Padding, we do 8. No, let's do, no, we're not gonna do padding. Let's make padding to be consequential, right? Padding will come from the font family. The more the font family is, the bigger the font family, when I will center that, right? When I will justify contents to center, the padding will be generated automatically. But let's font size, let's do font size 3 rem bigger. Let's make it bigger. And this is the dashboard we are building. The dashboard has to be significant, because from the dashboard, the user should be able to view almost like a 60% of their components, right? They'll be working on. Like, they have to see what's going on with their payments, what's going on with the subscription, what's going on with if they have to see some statistics about the data, they have to see that. So we're gonna make it, I think 3 is a little bit bigger. Let's do 2.5. Color. Man, you're gonna get tired. Just choose story card. No, I don't like just story card. Color will be second gray. That's the color. Now, from the font size and the font family, the second gray is a little bit fading. Let's use gray. Beautiful. We can reduce, let's make it 30%. Now, since both of them has to have the same color, we're gonna cut this color and make it so that both of them use the same color. I don't like this either. I need another. Yeah, I can use dark gray. Dark gray is cool. Now, the fonts, the font family. Yeah, the font family as well. No, they're not gonna have the same font family. This font family will be font 600. Font size gonna be 1 dot. Let's do. Okay. Let's see what's gonna happen. I start getting tired. I think I'm gonna stop here. I gotta go comer. Necesito para comer. Not bad, but let's do something, right? We're gonna align item center. Both of them, they have to line the item center. Or God damn it, it's taking longer to refresh the server. Not bad. Think it's good, but it's too much up there. We need to drop it a little bit. Payment stuff, margin. Let's do 1 RAM 0 0 0. Oh, you might be asking yourself, what is that? I've never used margin like this. So this is the top margin. I just use one margin. I don't like to use, I think using that this way, it make that better, because next time you're just gonna come update, you will be back on the same line. Sometimes I default to the English of a 5 years old because I've only been speaking English for a couple of years. I mean, I've been speaking English since I was in high school, but it was not that, but I'm still learning. Okay, so you will come back when you revisit this line. You will know that this is the top, this is the right, this is the bottom, and the last one is the left. Remember why they like the left to be the last one, because actually left is the stronger. People think right is the stronger, but I'm not talking about political left and right. I don't like politics. But I think it's fine. Perfecto. Also need the border radius to 0.5 so it can cover that. It looks beautiful. Oh, I just want to see that. No, I'm not gonna show that. I don't want to I don't want to create trouble. What is this color? The color here, we may use which color should I use here? I can lighten purple. I will reduce. See, that's the beauty of using Sass or less or any CSS superset. I can lighten that to 15%. Oh no, I don't like this color. No, thank you. We have to use let me use even this one. I don't like to use static color. Let me use I'm gonna use dark gray. It's not bad. Or I can use the face gray. Yeah, I like the face gray. Yeah, not bad. Okay, let's fix this quickly. Floats. Oh no. Self align. Align self. That's the property I'm looking for. Oh, align self. Yeah. Flex end. Between the number, you see here, right here. Let me show something. Between the number and the method, I want them to be side by side a little bit, right? And then I will pad. I'll create some padding so it can look better. Yeah. So let's see if it's already refreshed. It did. Let's border that one. Solid green. Okay. That's a lot of space. Oh, align item was center. Cool. Okay. Justify content and let's do this. Let's try justify content and so you can throw him at the right side. Where am I? Am I where I'm supposed to be? Or something is wrong? It's not moving though. What's missing? Oh, this guy justify content. You see, the first justifying content and the second one. So the second one, as usual with the CSS or any programming language, when you overwrite the property, the computer take into consideration the last property or attributes, whatever you call it. So we can save that and then it's gonna throw him on the right side. Let's go. Bingo. Now that we throw him on the right side, we're gonna create a little bit of padding. We check, does he have a padding? No. We're gonna do some padding. 0, 0, 0. The left one will give him 4 rem. I like using rem with fonts and percentage with the percentage on the side, so that's when I'll be shrinking from the larger viewport to the smaller viewports, it's keeping the same thing on percentage, and it's gonna be easy instead of using pixel everywhere, which is not bad if you know what you're doing. Oh, this is left. What am I doing? It's supposed to be right. So the right one is the second. The second argument is, oh, what are you calling that argument? Consider this as a function. If this is a function, we need to pass arguments. Right. I don't know. It is what it is. We could use the word parameter, but parameter and argument are not the same. Parameter are placed order. Arguments are what it is, arguments. Proof. So far, it looks good. It really does. What else? I'm reasoning. Yeah, I mean, these days I'll be abusing the word reasoning. The computer can reason now. I couldn't believe that in my life that computer can reason. Okay, so we're done. We can remove this border. I think it makes sense. Let's go to the button so we can finish with the button, and then I will end this live. We've been here for a couple. Oh no, 2 hours. God damn it. No, I gotta stop. I don't want to wake up tomorrow. My neck is cranking. And, you know. So I think I'm done here. This was the boring parts with the CSS. The boring parts. It's boring. It's not fun at all. But it's a good tool. It's one of the skills you can learn. I was watching a video, one YouTuber, I was watching a video. She just said that CSS was built for ladies. That's men should work on the back end, not on the front end. I don't know, it's her opinion, but hey, what do we do? I'm gonna end here. Thank you all for watching. This was for a record. As I'm working on this application, I want to keep record everything I'm working on, and an opportunity for me also to get more, those people, they sit and just tell you what to do while you're coding because they got money. Bad. Okay, let's end here and enjoy our blues.
What can you do with this black Paris blue? What can you do with these black Paris blue? Ride them through. I will always will know it's true in my black Paris blue. What can you do, black Paris blue? But riding through. Hey, 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 black Paris blue.
Ciao.